ago, I was a beautiful young maiden, as you can, it's remnants of it still, and making my way in the folk scene and singing at things and thinking, well, this will be my career and that'll be awesome. And then, one thing and another happened, including 2 children and life and where it takes you. And it's just been in the last year that Emma and I have found our way back to singing folk songs and working out, well, apart from Bob, that we could do it, just the 2 of us, that'll be fine, no worries. And actually, being here this year at the Olive Branch and getting Bob's support has been really magnificent and lovely to be at home in the hills where we feel like folk music and the hills are a natural environment, what's the word? Union, thank you, lovely. And so thank you very much, Bob. It's just been fantastic to be here and find our way back home, as it were. It's what I would have said 2.5 weeks ago, until at Verdun 2 weeks ago, where Bob was judging Emlyn and me, and he said that he gave us an A- because we didn't play any instruments. Now, either he was on the take, which is not impossible, or he was drunk, or he's got cloth ears, or perhaps he's right. So we've taken it to heart and taken it very seriously, because Bob knows his stuff, right? And so our final piece for tonight is a tribute to Bob. Thanks for all your support, including that judgment. And this is what we went home and wrote for you, possibly. And also, my first ever poem. Just got to get into the poems, look there. Right. I was singing a cappella in a duo with my fella. We were hollering and yelling, and we were fine. And we traded on this face, and we wowed them with them space, and people at each place called us sublime. Sublime! That's right, called us sublime. Till a dark night in Verdun, where we competitively sung, where we met a cowboy mum, judge neighbour Bob Malloy. Applause had just died down when Bob stood up with a frown and brought his gavel down with force deployed. You know it's right, with force deployed. Your singing's alright, but there's no bloody instruments. That's weird. A-. A- is no mark for this nightingale and lark, where critics for their part are normally glowing. With our honour jeopardised and our genius compromised, the tears welled in our eyes and started flowing. You know it's true, our tears were flowing. And for years we lived reclusive and lived on blues exclusive, till Emlyn said effusively one night, "Weep no more, my pretty. Enough of this self-pity. Come with me to the city's luring light." Ooh, he's always loved that city's luring light. 'Cause instruments abound in Allen's underground. We'll buy one and astound Bob, and he'll upgrade that A- to an A+. So we jumped in our new Prius. It's not easy to be us. And went down Adelaide. That's right, down through the tunnel to Adelaide. Oh, but we arrived at Allen's just as they were going bust, and the staff bemoaned and cussed on their final day in the gloomy, dank despair. The shelves were all laid bare. No instruments were there for us to play. I mean, bummer timing, man. With nothing left to purchase, except a vinyl cello case and strings for a double bass and tuba reeds. Not for the discerning buyer, except those strange double reed stockpilers. So, with no guitar or amplifier, we turned to leave. A moment now for Alan's. May she rest in peace. When Ellen stopped and said, "Something's clicking in my head. I think that I was led here by angel sings." Though beardy and rather mellow, Emlyn's an ingenious fellow. And inspiration struck. Hello, he's grabbed the strings. He slapped his money down and brought those strings. Now, just to clarify, these were double bass strings, like an orchestral double bass, an instrument we don't have never played, have no idea how to play, and never likely to have. I need wood, and I need claps. I was about to take a stance when he said, "No, not for romance, but for music." Turns out, all those blues had given Emlyn some clues on hardware you can use. For the hobby enthusiast, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce my happy, hippie, hubby, music enthusiast. We got all the things he needed into his cave. He then receded. His work was quite speeded, but it was fiddly low. And behold, it was complete. So he set up a rockin' beat. You'll note, not on his feet, but on his diddly bow. Gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Emlyn and Jodie O'Regan, formerly an A- a cappella duo. Now, with hopefully the bumping up to the A+ diddly bow, with a little song we've written just for the diddly bow for you this evening, Ain't Going Down Mountain. Ain't going down mountain, ain't going down mountain, ain't going down mountain no more. No, ain't going down mountain, ain't going down mountain, ain't going down mountain no more. No, no more, no, no more, no, no more, no, no more. Ain't going down mountain, ain't going down mountain.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I see they followed my advice, and I'm very, very pleased. I do award them an A+ for the instrumentation, but I found the lyrics very repetitive, and I think they ought to work on their sunrise. I've had a B for the lyrics, but overall an A- for the song. But, you know, they do get the encouragement award, so I like that.